It's a great day in SimWorld, everybody. Welcome to SimWorld today with B-Ron, that's me, and my guy Yells joining me here once again in the new format here of our daily show. Thank you, Yells, for being here. Always good to be here with you, my friend.
Hey man, if you're gonna thank me every morning like this, hey,
I
I'm gonna
am.
start my mornings off right. Appreciate it.
Hey, yeah, look, man, no better way to start the day than with B-Ron thanking you.
Hey,
And thank you all for, listening and all that stuff, being a part of what we're doing here in SimWorld Prep. And speaking of being thankful, the Gotham 5 fans and parents, I'm sure they're thankful right now because they have finally gotten a new head coach. Harry Lime is taking over the head coaching vacancy at Gotham 5. Been talking about it for a while now with, them not having a coach. What was going to happen? Why didn't they have a coach? All those questions can now be put to bed and we can shift the conversation to other things regarding the coach.
hey man, it's a lot. It's officially line time out in Gotham, NYC. He's a hometown guy, is what I'm hearing. He's from the area. Some of the players knew him already. I think it's a great change of pace from the interim head coaching role. I can't remember the gentleman's name that was coaching. But I do remember all the jokes at play. No longer do we have to hear the futter of currently vacant coaching the team, disrespecting the interim coaches there. And hey, we know later in the season we really started to see these players come along. We started to see Mackenzie and Mbako, Aaron Lovejoy, quite a few people on that G5 team start to come to life after Coach Bellardi left. Sorry guys, it's just a fact. That's what happened. But now they got some new blood in there. No Aaron Lovejoy, no Mackenzie. But they still got Keon Anthony, Dior Bates, Majir
I thought
Williams.
Keon was leaving.
That's true. That's true. Correct me, sir, early in the morning. That's right. That's right. He's out of there. Well, he has pieces. We all know that there's game in the NYC area. So
Regardless, yeah.
looking forward to him being there. And I tell you what, I just finished watching Winning Time. And I'm ready to see him get his Pat Riley on, like coming there just really like, you know what, I got this. Like, y'all all shut up and let's get to work. Like, yeah, I'm ready for it, man.
Yeah, it'll be really, really fun to see what happens. And he's going to have to get right to work because, tryouts are going on for these teams right now. And then, there's so much going on that he's going to have to get acclimated to very quickly, especially in a high intensity, high expectations environment that is New York basketball, no matter where you're playing, apparently. Doesn't matter if it's at the pro level, college level, prep level here in SimWorld Prep. Doesn't matter where you're playing. Expectations are always going to be high on you. So, Coach Lime, welcome and good luck.
Hey, and that's probably one of the most high profile teams or clubs that we have in all of SimWorld Prep. You got them, you got Showtime, and you got the Lone Stars of the world. After that, everyone's trying to make their mark. We have other people in the championship role, but the markets are the markets. Yeah, that's a big time role, and the eyes are gonna be on them. Get ready, Coach Lime.
Yeah. Yeah, get ready, get ready. Speaking of, having eyes on them and getting ready and all that stuff, Beyond the Arch, boy, they're going to have a lot of eyes on them, too, for very different reasons, unfortunately. We know now that Coach Kusa has left them to join SimWorld Atlantis and coach that team, but they also lost their high-profile, they're losing, I should say, their high-profile Big Tyson Simpson. He's going to be going to college to play basketball at that level. There's nowhere yet on him committing it unless I missed it.
Yeah, I was going to say we don't know
anywhere yet that I know of. So I'd see where he goes there. But no Tyson Simpson. I don't look. No problem. Like I don't know, man.
Who's on the graphic for that? Like, what's the production team doing? No Tyson Simpson? Hell yeah, there's a problem. There's a big problem. There's a big 7-foot, 240-pound problem in the middle because he's not there anymore. Not to mention, no Coach K, no problem. Yeah, major problem. You need both of them. He was really in tune with that team. A lot of people said that he wasn't getting the most out of him, but I think he was. And no Tyson Simpson. I mean, he was a one-man show for this team. 22 points, 10 boards, a few blocks, grabbing all the, I mean, he got it done. But I say all that. Nick Bowie, 6'7", 200 and something pounds. You know, if he returns to beyond the arch, he was a skilled player. I don't think we got a chance
Grows a
to see
few
everything.
inches in height.
Daniel Ori,
Yes.
knockdown shooter. Daniel
Yep.
Ori is
Yep. I
he's
like him.
speaking of problems, he's a problem. But
Yes.
how do you get him open shots with no Tyson Simpson demanding the double down low? And then one last person I do want to mention. And I feel like he may not stay with this squad. He may return home though with the new coaching situation out in APAC.
Yeah.
Devin
There you talking
Fields.
about.
Devin
Yeah.
Fields. I loved his game, man. He had great vision. He puts the ball on the floor. He plays intelligently, and he's 6'3". That's not small in the SimWorld prep level.
High school level. Nope. Not small at all.
Hey, no problem. I wouldn't say that. As a matter of fact, that's blasphemous. But I think that they'll be in good shape.
I I think losing both Coach K and Simpson is going to hurt them a lot more than we realize. I
Well, I
like
just said I
Daniel
realize
Horry.
it. I just said I
Yeah,
realize it.
I like I like Daniel Horry, and I like Devin Fields a lot. I like Nick Bowie too, but I don't know. I think that as always, I feel like they're gonna have some help around them to get it together. And with it being off season right now, and them not having, to my knowledge, a coach in there in the building to really put a team together, I don't know how it's gonna work. We'll see. We'll see, obviously, but I mean, there's plenty of time still.
Yeah, you're right.
So
They don't have currently have a coach announced. I'm sure they have something in the works there. But I'll say this too: sitting here looking at their roster, if I am Coach Lovelace of Lakeshore Drive, I am making some calls to Daniel Ori. I'm on the horn with him. I'm trying to pluck him because he's right in my backyard. I'm bringing him over. I'm saying, hey, I got open looks for you. There's no more Tyson Simpson. It's going to be clogged. It's going to be congested out there on that lane. But we can work with you here at LSD.
okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. What about D'Angelo Jordan being there? Though? Real quick on that, you mentioned trying to pluck Corey from from BTA, but what about D'Angelo Jordan being at Lakeshore? You think that would have an impact on Horry and his touches if he were to go to
Well,
Lakeshore?
look, I don't want to get too far off script here, but
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
D'Angelo Jordan is a monster. I think we've all seen it, that height in the game he has. Obviously, if somebody can get him to buy into facilitating a little bit more, he can get anyone a shot along with himself. So I think with no Drake Harville and no Norman Nations, I don't think either one of them are returning. I think the ball will be in his hands a bit more where he can make decisions. And hey, you put that work in. I think look, Norman Nations is returning. My bad. But they have him and Zagor. I just think the ball will find its way to a shooter like Daniel Ori. That's all I'm saying.
Makes sense. That's fair. Look, I can respect that. So, there has been a lot of movement. At least, yesterday on the coaches side of things. I don't think we touched on it yesterday, but if we didn't, we're gonna touch on it now. Which coach do you think will have the best start in their new home? You know, again, as a reminder, Coach Woods is now with the AT Aliens. Coach Kusa with SimWorld Atlantis. Coach Skinny is now with Queen City Kings, and Coach Mack is with APAC. There may be a few more in there that I missed as far as coaching changes and stuff, but those are the ones that came to mind immediately for me. Who do you think is going to have the best start?
So we're talking about
Next season.
a new start.
Yes, yes. The best start in their new home. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Coach Ron Mack. It's the Mac attack. It's the return of the Mac. The return of the Mac. I think.
There it
Sorry,
is.
got a little caught up there. Hey
Yeah.
man, I'm super hype in the mornings. You know how I'm about my mornings. But yeah, Coach Mack. I mean, he's ready to roll. He's got a ready-made team that was competing at a high level with a coach that was pretty much the absent-minded professor last season, and Coach Jason Reyes now out. Someone checked in like Ron Mack. You got Jin Song Ding that was, I mean, he was stellar. Stephen George started looking like our resident Shaquille O'Neal, or shall I say, the resident Big Country to our Shaquille O'Neal. Kai Newby was a walking bucket. He'd step back on anyone. And J.D. Reyes and Jacoby Reyes.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah. I was just gonna mention them.
They have so much length out there. I'm sitting there looking at their roster, and almost everyone stands at about 6'4", 6'5", and I love Victor Soto. I think everyone's going to start seeing his game here, and I think he actually starts trying to put himself in position to maybe get some college offers stateside because he has that kind of game. He has that flashy kind of game that everybody likes, but it's also effective. So, APAC,
Yeah,
Coach Ron Mack.
I will have to agree with you there. I was going to try to disagree for a sake of conversation, but I will not because I can't. They're in the best position. They're only losing 3 players. Looking at the roster here, and then the players that are returning, George, Newby, the Reyeses, and Soto, they're all top 100 players. Kai Newby is top 15 player at number 15, as of right now, anyway. So yeah, this team, and they made it to the race to 1. They pulled off the upset in the first round, beating Best Coast, made it all the way to the semifinal game against Southeast Select. So they figured it out and got it together at the very end of things when it mattered the most. And I feel like with Coach Mack being there and him using what he learned in the last few games of his SimWorld Europe run, which again, still not a fan of that, by the way. But it is what it is at this point. I still think that he has the best team out of those that we mentioned.
Yeah,
best talented team.
I'll throw one other feeler out there. He's just so forgotten about, and he was so forgotten about all last season. If Cole Webb was just willing to stay in his hometown and rock it out in Oceania, Coach Olsen Myers, what he was able to do at Rocky Mountain after Coach Robinson stepped out, I mean, it was phenomenal. He had a total team buy-in, and Oceania has some pieces there. Yvonne Conwell is no slouch. Richard Hennessy is 7 feet 275. We'll see if he comes back at 7'5", 300. My God, I don't know where they grow kids like that, but you got him. Joe King was an athletic freak, and Cole Webb. Straight up, Cole Webb is a baller, top 15 player if you ask me. I think Olsen Myers could absolutely work with that.
Yeah, says he's ranked number 7 right now in the composite rankings here. So Cole Webb, extremely talented. I wish he would stay there too. I think that's the best place for him. Not just because he's an Australian, but there's not an I don't. That's a whole other thing we can get into. We can get into that later.
B-Ron, I've seen some Australian women. I wouldn't be leaving there to come here. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what you're doing, mate. I don't know.
Oh man. Well, look, man. Speaking of leaving and going places and whatnot, the James brothers, not LeBron's kids, but Benari, Barkley, and Isaiah James. We know those kids will always be a topic of discussion.
Yes.
Just because of their personalities. I think Benari and Barkley are very similar personality-wise. Isaiah is a little bit different from them in that he doesn't make his voice heard very much, but when he does, most times you feel like he's gonna own up to it and back up what he says. Not that Barkley and Benari can't. I'm getting off track. Anyway, we know that Barkley and Benari are possibly leaving the Indy Stripes.
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
Hey, here's the question: have they been firm on their words, or have we seen them go back and forth? They did say they're leaving, though.
They did say they're leaving. We'll see if they leave. If they do leave, do they join Isaiah at Beast of the East up there? Personally, no. There's not enough spots up there for both of them, and I don't think that I don't think there's enough spots for both of them up there to go and join Isaiah. And would they even want to, for that matter?
Not sure where they're going, man. I think it's a foregone conclusion. They're out of Indy. Barkley had a lot to say about that situation, and lo and behold, Barkley seemed as if he was right. Maybe the way he voiced his opinion was
The
a
wrong way
bit,
to go about it.
yeah, some will say
Yeah.
wrong, words schmerds, but yeah, he said what he said, and it looks like he meant what he meant, and he was actually right. And it looks like his brother Bernard is there. But look, I would love to hear more about these two. For what they're doing on the court than their personalities and or their statements in the media, and wherever they go, I think it's going to be a splash, and I think they get it together. And I'm looking forward to them really making their mark and headed to the collegiate level, so they can get these scholarships lined up. Because I always thought the North Carolina kids, they're both from North Carolina, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yep,
thought
all of them are.
Tobacco Road. I thought people were loyal to that area. So to see them playing in a different area blows my mind in the first place. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, if they don't end up at Queen City Kings or end up at a Duke or North Carolina for college, I don't know what the hell's going on, B-Ron.
I don't. I would like to see both of them, all of them, really. Go there, go back to Queen City and play all together. That's a nice little story. We love those stories here in sports. Brothers playing together, family members, whatever it is. We love all that. So that'd be cool to see. But I don't think it happened. But when they're on the court, yells, all these kids can play. That's the thing. All of them can
Barkley
play.
is a bucket, man, and Benari is a bucket. I mean, he's like a bowling ball going to the rim. I don't know how you stop him. And Barkley, when he heats up, good Lord putting him out.
Yeah.
But
Good luck.
it's at a young age. I know I had a big mouth then because I still have one now. But at a young age, you got to teach these kids, and it's like when you have game like these kids have, you do not want your words overshadowing your play. We shouldn't be hearing in the media from you that much. Go direct that stuff at your coach, your locker room. Go play some video games. Do what you need to do, but putting all that out in the media and putting your feels all out there, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Not to say you can't do it. We're not saying you can't do it, but just think about it a little bit. And to talk about Isaiah too, because we got to give him his props. Isaiah came in, midway through the season for
Yep.
Beats to the East and helped them out tremendously. He is a defensive stalwart. He's earned the nickname Doc Ock from me.
I
So
like it.
he's
You
everywhere
dubbed him that?
on the
I
court.
thought that came up in the locker room. That was you?
That was me. That was me.
Wow.
I will. I asked him taking credit for that one.
Wow.
I remember asking him the question about it. I said, "Hey, how do you feel about being called Doc Ock because your defense are all over the place?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's fine with me." So yeah.
If
but
all three
no,
of them linked up, I would love to see it. I love to see it. We didn't get to see this with the Ball brothers, and it's very early on in these kids' career. The Ball brothers did not get to pull off the trifecta in the NBA. Even running together, but these kids have an opportunity to do something special if they really just put their minds to it and just work together.
yeah, maybe it's a case of we go our separate ways now, but when we get the opportunity to decide where we want to play later, we can play together in college because you don't have as much control of it when you get to the pros. To a degree, you don't anyway.
East needs some shooting. Just saying, they need some shot creation. For Reed Redmond's gone.
Yeah, maybe Coach Drayton give one or both of those kids a look, and I mean, look, maybe you try to get them in there, both in there. I don't know how you do it, but you give it a shot by all means. So we are getting near the end of time here, and let's have a little fun for our last topic of the day.
I was having fun. I was already having fun.
More
B-Run.
fun.
Okay,
More fun.
More fun.
Let's have some more fun.
Let's
Yeah,
do
you're
it.
right. You're right. More fun. So I am very passionate about my sports logos.
Oh.
And there was a discussion yesterday in the Discord about logos through Maestro's Dirty Shorts the podcast that he did.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know what are some of your favorite sports logos,
Man.
if you have any. It could be in basketball or not.
I'm thinking here. Not to be a cornball, SimWorld Hoops. There's some really good logos here in SimWorld
There
Hoops. And
are.
I tell you, one of my
There are.
favorites is the ATLians. That logo is out of sight.
I love
Hey,
it
you
because of
catch
how
my pun
goofy
there?
it
It
is.
is out of this
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
I
I
really
love that
do
one.
like that logo. Outside of SimWorld Prep, I would say, oh man, I was always a fan of the Raiders logo. I was a big fan of the Raiders logo. This one, man, I am gonna get shot down here when I get back to the state of Texas. I'm gonna get shot down for this. I can't believe that I'm saying it. Oh, it hurts. It pains me. The simple star on the Dallas Cowboys helmet.
The star. We get it. It's a star.
I gotta say it, guys. I hate the Cowboys in every
Ah.
way. I want y'all to know that there's no love for the Cowboys, but that simplistic star, like it's genius. One single star. They did their thing there. Baseball wise, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm a defer to you. Let me get my thoughts together for a minute.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So one of my favorite NBA ones, I mentioned it in the Discord yesterday, it was kind of part of the conversation for me, was the Detroit Pistons logo.
Okay.
That was the 90s
Okay.
one. 90s logo in particular, I'm just a fan of those because those were so fun and creative, and we don't get a lot of
Are you
that
talking
these
about the
days.
one with the horse, or are you talking about the classic?
Yeah, the horse one
Oh
with
my God, B
wait,
Rod!
hang on, no,
Oh,
the horse with the pistons coming out of the logo on the side.
oh, I was just
They're the
talking. I
Pistons.
was just talking to Rick about that being the worst logo
I
I ever
love that
seen.
one. It's so great, man.
Oh, I got it.
I love that
I
one.
got it.
You got it?
I'm gonna let you close this out because I do remember. I do remember what I think is one of the most. Can I say ass? How many curse words on there? Okay, I think we got one
It's
more.
two. It's two.
So it's one. It's the most badass logo ever, in my opinion. And it comes from hockey.
Okay.
The Devils. I think you know where I'm going. I think you know where I'm going. Is it New Jersey Devils? I believe it
Yes,
is.
the New Jersey Devils. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh!
Which one though? Because they've had a few. Because the logo I'm thinking about is just
The
the
circle,
NJ,
yeah,
the
just
circle
the
with the
circle
NJ
with
in it.
with
Yeah,
the
it's
little
fine. It's
tail on it.
cool.
In
It's
the
cool. I like it.
hey
I
man,
like it.
in the words of my wife, when we see something really fresh, we be like, ooh, and that's how I feel when I see it. Oh man, yeah.
That's not my favorite hockey one, but that is a good one. I like it. My favorite hockey one though, it gotta be the classic Mighty Ducks one.
You're a vintage guy.
The
You're a
the
vintage
classic
guy,
Mighty
bro.
Ducks one. Yeah, I'm also a '90s kid.
Hey,
Mighty Ducks, man, it was a movie back in the day. I love that joint.
hey.
Anyway, my Bruce yelling in my ear. We're out of time. We gotta go. So thank you all so much for joining us here on SimWorld today. We appreciate it. Remember, guys, just because it's the off season does not mean that you can't see the game and be the game here in SimWorld. We will see you all tomorrow.